Shalom, Havarim, Mishpacha. The caregivers live stream just ended, the newscast live stream, and she did absolutely wonderful. Again, if this is your first time watching one of my morning videos while I'm driving in the Word, I do apologize. While I'm driving on my way to work, the sun is right here to the east of me. So, in the morning, of course. So, yeah, you'll get the glares and everything like that. But you can hear my voice, and I don't try to be fancy. Just the message is really all you need. If you can see me, great. If you get some glares from the sun's ray, praise Abba. Look, praise him that the sun is out, okay? But this is more of a edification. One, for caregiver, because she did such a great, awesome job this morning, following the direction that not Alan wanted her to go, but following the direction that Abba wanted her to go. The direction that Abba had her speak to us about in his message in Alan's absence. But keep in mind, like Care said, Alan isn't absent. He's still, he's still running the show, per se, with Elohim always on the scene. So I know I had emailed a couple of you the other day, just, briefly. I think it was a long email, but to me it was very brief, letting you all know that I had spoke to Alan. I think I called him on Friday, and he called me back on Sunday. And let me tell you something. The message and the account that caregiver gave was exactly how I would have given the account if I would have came on here. But see, everything has to be decent and in order. The Ruach had immediately told me, hold that close to the chest and wait, because caregiver is Alan's assistant. And so I knew even before I got wind that she was going to do a live stream, the Ruach had already revealed to me that she was going to deliver this message publicly. And everything she said was exactly what the Ruach had already given to me. And as she said, and as I emailed some of you, keep in mind, this was not a health scare for Alan. And I think I even said that maybe in the comments when caregiver came on for the Walking in the Word. I think I might have left a comment that it was not a health scare. And I knew that before I talked to Alan. Why? Because we not only have to reason with Abba's understanding, we need to take into account the common sense of the situation. Alan has been telling us, and we not only have heard Alan tell us about his restored health, we also have seen him week after week after week. We saw him. He's gaining weight. His skin looks clearer to me, because I notice everything. I observe everything. I can tell his beard looks healthier. His hair looks shinier. He was whistling in one of his videos. These are all signs that Elohim was restoring him back, restoring his health. And then I had spoken to Alan Wednesday night. We had a beautiful conversation. His voice was strong, healthy, nothing was wrong. So after the live stream, after the live stream, and then we heard that, he was sick, or I know that caregiver didn't say he was sick, but he had come under heavy demonic attack. That's what it was. But then I saw comments under her video saying, oh, I hope he gets better. I hope Abba restores his health. Elohim restore. It wasn't his health, you guys. Just as caregiver said, demons are real. Demonic attack is real. And listen, if Yeshua, Job, all these prophets in the Bible, all these Nevi'im, they were under attack for proclaiming the name of Yahweh and encouraging others to walk in that name. I did a video last week on how many, the word says many walk in the name of the mighty one that they serve. But we walk in the mighty name of Yahweh our Elohim. And because you walk in that name, and as every day passes, more and more people are being revealed, are coming out of the woodwork because of these dark forces. This kingdom of darkness, which is very strong, are revealing more and more people that they're using who literally it's not just people saying, oh, I love the name Jesus. I love the name God. I love the names that I grew up with, which is fine, by the way. You can love whatever you want. But there's one thing to say that, and then there's a whole other aspect to people who literally hate that name, and literally hate when you use the word Yahweh. And that hatred is demonic. It's demonic. And when you come across people that have a serious problem with you using that name and proclaiming that name and praying in that name and giving praise to that name and living in Hedwa in that name, you are being watched by the kingdom of darkness, and you will most certainly come under attack. Now, this is where our Father is so good to his word, and so good to those that revere him and love him, and so good to show up strong for us that proclaim his name and have a perfect, dedicated Kodesh heart to him. He is Kodesh to us, so we are Kodesh to him. He shows up strong. Now, as caregiver said, and I need to count how many times I'm saying caregiver, right? But she's such a wonderful, person, and just who she is. She has an anointing that I believe no one could carry Alan's basket the way that Abba Yahweh is using her to carry that. And it's not a load. It's a basket of service. She is being a service, not just for him, but for us all. So, as she said, when Alan came under attack, as soon as he shut down the live stream, he was attacked from behind. And according to, what she said, and also what was relayed to me by Alan, as soon as that happened, it hit him with a force so strong that it had to be, he knew immediately, because that's the pitching of his tents that he has with Yahweh. He knew what it was already. And because his sister Della is so committed to Elohim as well, and she has a heart for the Father, as soon as she showed up, the demons, they were gone. The attack stopped. It's that quick, because where two or more are gathered, our Father is true, and he knows who has a heart for him. And just like Job, Hashatan is always running back and forth with his filthy paws, roaming the earth constantly, diligently. I believe not looking just for anybody, not just looking for anybody that he can, oh, well, I know they're addicted to this. They're easily swayed. I know this person. He goes to Yahweh, just like he did with Job, and says, well, hey, what about Alan? What about Alan? I know he proclaimed your name. I know you have your Geder HaKodesh on him. I can't touch him. And what Yahweh does, Yahweh doesn't tempt us. That's not what he does. He's not a demented Elohim. But he will allow you to go through a test so that he can come out with his name esteemed and proclaimed like never before. And when you pitch your tents with him like Alan does, and we do, and we are encouraged to constantly do, he knows who is his. And just like Job, Yahweh will say, well, have you considered my servant, my son, Alan? All to proclaim his name in the end, when it's all said and done. And it doesn't take long for those that have a heart for him. Yahweh shows up immediately where two or more are gathered. Praise Yahweh, right? Praise our Father. Praise him for coming in and allowing us to love each other and truly understand that there's a position and a place for all of us. Regardless of your position or place, be strong and happy and rejoice and feel the headwa of him. And know that you can pitch your tents with him, whether you just started calling on that name, or whether you just started, or whether you've been calling his name on that name for years. Know that he will show up for you. When we wait, when we kawa, it's more than just sitting around waiting. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. No, it's waiting with the eagerness, waiting and sitting in that room, understanding that our doctor, our chief physician, is going to show up for us. He is going to show up for us and give us the diagnosis, and bam, done. And we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry. You know, I've gotten some emails, I've seen some comments where people are being encouraging, but I also saw some where you could tell in their words that they were just in anxious anxiety of worry. And there's no need. There's no need. Because when you worry, not only is it leads to sin. Well, that's the main thing, it leads to sin. But it just causes confusion. Because you're in a deep, frazzled, consumed concern about something that has not even happened. His health wasn't affected. It was a demonic attack. We are not dealing with someone coming behind you and pushing you, or someone in the flesh talking bad about you. These are spiritual beings. The worst thing that an atheist believe, the worst thing about that is they don't believe in those things. And that's why they're easily swayed in this world. But we know there are invisible forces on the other side, good and bad. There's only two seeds. And praise Abba, praise Elohim, that we're part of that good seed, and that we know where our home is and where our help comes from. So wonderful. This is the day that Yahweh has made. Let us rejoice, be glad in the headwa of it. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you so much, caregiver. Thank you, Alan. Thank you to the Mishpaha. Let's keep each other encouraged. Keep each other encouraged. Keep each other going on. And regardless, Alan is taking a break. He'll be back soon enough. But in the wait, kawa, pitch your tents. Pitch your tent with Abba Yahweh. Do what you need to do. Don't depend on if Alan shows up tomorrow or shows up. He's there. He is with us. The Father is always there, always with us. Pitch your tents and get your heart perfect with him so that you can put him first on a list, number one on a list of one, and he'll show up strong for you and your family. And I believe all of those connected to you, and you will see him, the revelations of him. He'll reveal himself to you every day. Wake up in thankfulness and ask him for that. I love you all. Shalom. And I hope you have a great day.